Following our successful application for the Burdett Trust, we were delighted to be able to attend the Unicef baby-friendly neonatal accreditation training days. And on our return, we knew there was one area that we really wanted to focus on to make an immediate change. We looked at using colostrum and EBM for mouth care, and actually we looked at how much we were doing that, and we were still using a lot of sterile water for mouth care, and we knew that this was something that we really wanted to change quite quickly. I had a quick look at the figures of babies that were having breast milk prior to any implementation of change, and actually only 15% of our babies were having colostrum or breast milk for mouth care. So we sat and wrote a guideline which was ratified. And then as a baby-friendly team, we cascaded training to all of our members of staff about the importance, value and benefit of using colostrum and breast milk for all of our babies where it was obtainable. This proved a really interesting teaching, and we found great benefit in this. And actually, when I reviewed the figures this last month following implementation of our new package, 44% of our babies now are all having EBM or colostrum for mouth care, and as we embed this practice, we're hoping that this will see an increase in these figures month on month.
I'm Nicola, this is Isaac. He was born at 29 weeks plus 5 days, and he's now 5 days old. So we've been here since Saturday. I've been expressing my breast milk ever since day one, and he's not taking breast milk by mouth at the moment. Well, he's having 1 ml every 4 hours, so not a lot. So being able to use my breast milk in other ways has been really useful for me. It makes me feel involved as a mum, and it means he's getting all the goodness that comes from me in these very, very early days.
Did you want to clean his mouth with the breast milk? I think there's some up there.
So just pop a little bit on the cotton bud.
Just like me to hold the
That's fine, no, it's no problem. There we go. Put it on there. Hey, little man. Hey, little man. Does that taste good? That tastes good. Yummy. It tastes nice.
Well done,
Tasty.
thank you.
I'm Kaylee, and I had a baby at 27 weeks. He was 12 weeks early. I live in Pontardawe, and it's about half an hour away from Singleton Hospital. That's if there's some traffic. So we've been staying here in the family accommodation, myself, my partner and my mum visits. A lot of travelling back and forth. If I was to stay away, like with expressing and things, if I was back at home, I'd be bringing milk back and forth all day, so it would be a lot harder if I wasn't here. The house that we're staying in is in the hospital grounds, so where the staff car park is directly opposite, so it's about a 2 to 3 minute walk, but we can see the hospital from the house, which makes it much easier. As when I was in Pontardawe, it was like, right, I'm half an hour away, I can't see the hospital, if he needs me I can't get there, whereas here I'm literally across the road.
We started family integrated care about a year ago, and it all started with one of our consultants going to hear Dr. Shu Lee, who's one of the consultants from Mount Sinai in Toronto, and they've really progressed with family integrated care over the last 10 years. And that consultant then spoke to a lot of different people on the unit who she knew were interested in improving things for families on the unit. And it all started very informally. We just used to meet in a pub in the evening and just throw ideas around. really it grew from that. So the ethos of family integrated care on the unit is really to enable parents to care to the best of their ability in the care of their babies, and that's going to look different for every family. But what we tried to set up a structure where we could impart information in an easy way that staff could share with families in an easy way, and to that end we had 6 main areas, so they're here on the poster. So we developed education packages for skin to skin, for developmental care and for cue-based feeding, and we also taught parents aspects of tube feeding, taking their baby's temperature and giving certain medications. We've worked really hard as a team. We've got a large team involved in family integrated care, and they've been involved in training all the staff on the unit. So every member of staff is able to educate and to work with families in our care. We've really seen a change in the unit. So families are much more involved in the care of their babies. They're here more, and the culture on the unit has changed as a result.
Yeah, my name's Sally. I gave birth to these two at 32 and 2 days. They were MCMA twins, so they had to come out early. This is now day 31, I believe. We've been here, I think today is day 31, and we're getting let out. We're going home. So it's very exciting.
Sally gave birth to Charlie and Oliver at 32 plus 3 weeks gestation by caesarean section. They both received ventilatory support and oxygen therapy for the first 4 weeks of life. The importance of breast milk for all babies, and especially preterm babies, was discussed with Sally before delivery, and she was very keen to start expressing as soon as possible. We were able to start supporting Sally with early, frequent and effective hand expressing, and Charlie and Oliver had their mum's milk from day 1. Sally had regular discussions during her stay with staff who were able to listen to her concerns about providing breast milk for her twins. One suggestion which helped Sally was hands-free expressing through cutting holes in an old bra to keep the expressing sets in place. Through Family Integrated Care programme, Sally was supported to learn how to recognise the twins' behavioural and feeding cues, enabling her to make the transition to responsive breastfeeding. Charlie and Oliver went home with their mum and dad, Sally and James, at 36 plus 4 weeks gestation, tandem breastfeeding.
Hi, my name is Shakira. I had my son at 23 weeks gestation, weighing just 700 grams. He was very tiny, and basically being on the neonatal has been a very life-changing kind of situation. He came very young, and from being here every day, having to go home and then come back has been kind of hard. I also have a 5-year-old as well, so trying to adapt to that is really difficult. Obviously having to be a mum for her and then coming here to be with my son is hard. Just having the support here from the doctors as well as the breastfeeding expert has been wonderful. Whilst having my stay at this hospital, I was introduced to this chair, which it reclines back like this. Which makes it so easy just for me to just bond with my child, and be it skin to skin or just being like this, or just having comfortable time, or just having quiet time with him. I can also read my books, it's just comfortable. It's also helpful for doing breastfeeding, as you don't always want to be upright. You can just be at a certain position where it's comfortable for you to hold your baby, to make your baby latch on. It has high handles where it makes it comfortable. As before, the other chairs that were here, it made it a bit difficult for you to actually hold your baby up and correct him in the right position. So I find this also very good for your back as well, so you're not straining the back. you're sitting upright or you're actually pushing the chair back for it to, relax your muscles whilst you're breastfeeding, or just having an everyday snooze if you want to. It also, doesn't make your bum sore. It makes it. The cushion is quite soft, so yeah, I find it very comfortable.
Babies on the unit have been receiving their Mother's Express breast milk for mouth care for many years now. But recently we've developed a guideline to optimise the amount of colostrum that babies receive. We were concerned that the EBM was soaking into the cotton buds that we were using to administer the mouth care. So as to reduce this wastage and to ensure babies were receiving the important benefits of colostrum, we now administer small amounts directly into the side of the baby's cheeks. This not only values the colostrum and the important contribution that mothers make to the care of their babies, but it also provides the babies with a positive oral experience.
When your baby's on special care, there's lots of things that you can't do as the dad as well, and lots of things that the mum can do. Things like, the breastfeeding side of things. So I found it really useful to do as much as I can. So if you get the opportunity to do any little things, like you said, like the temperature or whatever, then it's just something that you can do for your son or your daughter, and that's really a nice thing that you can do. And everybody is different. Some people might not want to do that, but I find it useful. And you might be a little bit apprehensive about doing anything with medical equipment or things like that, but there's lots of people to show you how to do that and make sure you're doing it right. And it's quite an easy thing to do, and you shouldn't, no worries about doing things like that. So if you get the opportunity, I would definitely recommend it.
Having the baby view monitor has been an amazing resource to the neonatal unit because it allows us to bring the babies so much closer to their parents, because sadly we sometimes have babies transferred from out of area from different hospitals, or mums may actually be too unwell to come and see their babies on the neonatal unit. We can set the monitor up, we can bring it to the bedside, and then the parents can actually see their baby and they can speak to them and they can tell their baby how much they love them, and the babies can then be heard by their parents. So it is really amazing to bring this closeness to the families around the area. Obviously we would love the parents to be able to actually come to the neonatal unit so we can encourage skin to skin, we can encourage them to be able to bond with their babies, but the baby view allows us to be able to do that just in a different way, and I think it really does promote the mum's breast milk supply as well.
We've been able to really look at the stage that we were at, and really it gave us kind of the power to be able to then move our unit forwards, and so the audit tool in a way has been really useful because it's allowed us to formally examine where we are in those kind of in the standards, and that then allows us to say, we need to improve this, and it's a really powerful tool to be able to identify and then move that care on. So by having a set of guidelines and standards to work toward almost within a set period of time, that's been so useful in terms of saying, no, we really do need to do this now and not in 6 months, because otherwise we're not going to achieve stage 1 before next year. And it's been really useful as well for the staff, because they know that we managed to be selected for the Burdett Trust funding, and that was kind of like a really positive thing for the unit, and it gave a bit of a boost in terms of, okay, so what does that mean then? Where do we go from there? And what might be coming through? And that's really helped generate kind of enthusiasm for the project and for the baby-friendly standards. It also works really well with Bliss standards, and we've got Bliss project going on in our unit as well, and that kind of hand-in-hand kind of improvement from both ways. It's been it feels like a really positive kind of quite a bit of momentum behind the changes, and hopefully will kind of help bring the staff along.